Hey, it's April from the Noble Garden, and this is my 6th garden tour of 2023. Today is June the 9th, and in case you guys haven't followed any of my tours before we get started on the tour, I am from the Western Piedmont area of North Carolina, Zone 7B. It has been a cooler spring than normal. Even this morning is very cool, so there's still a lot of spring crops in, but they are actually coming out. It is getting hot in the daytime, and a lot of things just aren't working out. They're getting bitter and they're going to seed. So the garden's under transition, and as we walk through, I will tell you guys all about it. So this right here are my onions, which, to be honest, I probably can start pulling some of them because there's several in here that are quite big. This right here is my garlic, and I expect in the next couple weeks for it to be done. And then this whole area that you see this open is going to turn into watermelon beds. This is my kale. We'll see how much longer it's tasting good because it's getting hot. Oregano. Now, this bed right here, I have another video talking about exactly what I put in it, but it is going to future be okra, squash, zucchini. It has volunteer tomato plants that I kept in. There's one right there. This other one's part of this broccoli here. And then the third one's right there. It does have remainder plants that are still growing. The other end of this has cucumbers, and some of the cucumbers have already popped up because they were put in last week. But I went ahead and put a couple more cucumbers down there. This right here has some broccoli sprouts. I'm going to pick those for the farmer's market, and then I'm going to take this plant out. We talk about this every week, but that's a broccoli that's gone to seed. The little pods are where the seeds are. If I were to let them pods dry out, I could use them as seeds. And the flowers are edible. They just taste like broccoli. This is my red cabbage that I have been waiting on, and it has finally produced me some. So we're going to take a few out today to take to the market. Here are a few of my new zucchini plants. A cucumber plant. There's still lots of weeds in here. I have a lot of work to do in here. And then this is like my best cucumber plant right now. We are going to be putting it on a trail soon. More oregano. Here's broccoli that's all over the place. But this is probably my best broccoli head in the garden right now. I'll come out today. But this is a mix right here. A lot of broccoli right here. This is my next bed to transform into the summer. Cabbages, oregano, onions. This bed right here has a lot of romaine that I didn't do a good job getting it cut off. So I tasted some yesterday. I'm not really impressed with their flavor, so I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of that out. I did start putting in new squash. These carrots are coming out for the farmer's market tomorrow. In this bed, we did start planting things. You'll see some popping up. Don't ask me if it's squash or zucchini because at this very second I can't remember. But there's 3 plants that have popped up. This was going to be corn. As you can see, the lettuces are still doing their thing. I'm going to take those out. But my cat got into this after I planted it and walked all in it. And now it's just all over the place. I'm just going to probably put more squash and zucchini in here, to be honest. This bed is ready to be transformed. These are nothing now. They were cauliflower. And we have transformed it a little bit. There's some zucchini in here, as you can see. But I want to get all the weeds out, get these extra plants out. Spinach is coming out. Here's another group of kale. Catnip. Some more carrots. This bed is full of kohlrabi, and I've said this on other videos. I'm not sure that kohlrabi is going to do what it's supposed to do. I've been looking at it. I think it's gotten hot, and I really honestly think that this is just bolting. When I look in it, there's really none of the normal balls that kohlrabi make, except for, I know for a fact this one is doing it. You see that ball? That's the way it's supposed to look. And as you can see here, I don't really see any ball in it. So I'm probably just going to take these things up. if you're watching this video and you've grown kohlrabi before, let me know if this is true bolting. Also, let me know if I can eat the leaves, because that's another thing. If I can eat the leaves, then we'll just eat the leaves. This is my last actual bed of romaine. As you can tell, 2 of the heads have gone to seed. We picked some out last night for dinner. It tasted just fine. We're trying to decide for farmer's market if this is coming out or the lettuce over there, because we're trying to make it to next weekend. This bed is corn. It has done much better. The cat and the dogs scratched it up, but they didn't mess with the seeds, I guess. More kohlrabi, broccoli. This actually has some pretty decent heads in it compared to the other side, but this is the newer broccoli. But as you can see, just because it's getting so hot, even this side's gone to seed. Cabbages. We have cabbage everywhere. Volunteer sunflowers are all over my garden, and I'm not complaining about it. More cabbages. Now these will take a little bit. These are my red ones. I mean, the other red ones took a while. More catnip, and then on this end is more cabbage. Guys, this is my beginner garden bed, and it is doing fantastic. It barely gets tended to, barely gets noticed around here because we're so busy with everything else, but it is looking the best. These are the radishes that are done for this week. Some more kale. As you notice, the peas are dying, and that's normal because it's gotten really hot. I was really hoping that they'll make it until next weekend, but I really don't know if they will or not. The rest of this down here is cauliflower. I have seen some heads in it. I don't know what it will or not do, because it has gotten really, really hot here in the afternoons, and cauliflower is a spring crop that does not like it when it gets hot. I was really hoping that it would, because on the end here is my purple cauliflower that I've been dying for. So I'm hoping that it at least makes me one purple cauliflower. This is my Swiss chard. It's a rainbow mix and the spinach mix. This will last me all summer, so I'll have a little bit of greens. So this is my slow bolt lettuce, and that's what I want to take out for the farmer's market tomorrow. But with the romaine trying to go to seed is kind of hard. I might end up having to bring both so that way they both get used. And then this is all that's left of the peas. I'm going to be weeding the area, and putting green beans in behind it. So guys, these are our potatoes. They have done pretty good this year. You'll notice some beds aren't as full as others. They're different types. Like this is our Kennebec, and it has done the best. Yukon, excuse me in pronouncing things. Gold, this is what this bed is here. And we've actually pulled a few out. They're actually a pretty decent size. But they have done great. The blue potato here is the one that's done the worst. You're going to start getting into our red potatoes, which they've done pretty good. So guys, we are entering into my second garden area. We call it Garden 2. And it's the one that it's the new section. So we had to put new soil in it. And so it ended up being nitrogen locked up because the soil that we bought had too much tree stuff in it. So it's been a mess. I don't know what is going to come of it. One reason why I am heavily sowing over there so much squash and zucchini is because you'll see in a second, it has not worked out. So this bed has corn, and it actually hasn't done too bad. As we get over here, this is okra, and it hasn't done very well, but okra loves to heat. So that one is still to be determined. That's a dill plant right there. So that's another reason why I went ahead and plant more okra, just in case this doesn't turn out. Now, these are my arches. They have noodle beans here at the end, which The noodle beans that are doing good are the green ones. The red ones have been attacked really bad by aphids, and we're working on that. And then you're going to see lots of cucumbers and melons in here, and they're just now starting to recover from this soil. And I think we are on the mends with my cucumbers. Some cucumbers look better than others. The other thing we've been battling really bad over here is cucumber beetles. But I'm starting to see some spunky growth. Now, you're going to see some seedlings because they're newer. Now, this end that we're looking at now is my Minnesota cantaloupe. They're Minnesota midges and they're cantaloupe. They are just now starting to get some more true leaves. These were newer because the original ones had died. So I had to put some seeds in. Now, this one right here is my Kajari melon. It's a cross between a cantaloupe and a honeydew, if you ask me. It's a very interesting little guy. Tastes amazing, though. This guy looks the best. This end right here is supposed to be like really small, personalized watermelons. And they just haven't done good. This one's doing fine. Here's come back. This is the best. And then the ones on that last fence have not done good. The cucumbers that I showed you guys on the other end, we're going to take this last cattle panel up and take it down there to them. We got to buy more cattle panel because we did plant more Minnesota midgets over there, and we did plant more cucumbers. I guess I didn't show you guys. I apologize. I don't know what I was doing, but they are over there. Another area that has been suffering, this is my squash. I did throw in corn with it because if this stuff doesn't get any better, I can at least pick it out. But, I mean, you're going to see some of it is actually looking like it's coming back. It has some new green leafage on it. It just got the nitrogen lockup, and, I mean, they were severely infested with cucumber beetles. It has been a battle. And we're still, like, working on it because I still see some. So, this whole squash bed is to be determined. This is my green beans. They are doing really well. And I am sure here soon we will start seeing flowers. This is my peppers. They're actually doing decent with the nitrogen lockup. They have babies on them. I probably need to hit them with some nitrogen source. But look, there are babies on them. And they're flowering. They're getting taller. All right, guys, my favorite area is always tomatoes. I actually been working on them this week, tying them up and pruning them. Look at our little blueberries. Cream of blueberry. This is actually a chocolate strawberry. It's actually really good. But yeah, they're starting to produce, and look how green they are. They have really gotten over this soil. One thing we did different with them when we planted them is we put coffee grains, we put Epsom salt, and we put worm castings. We did that with the peppers too. Look at these tomatoes. We have a big one growing right here. I will be reporting more big ones like that soon, I'm sure, because there's flowers everywhere and there's baby tomatoes everywhere. So, guys, there's my beauty. Here's my trouble. This right here is zucchini. I do think that the zucchini is making a better comeback in some areas than the squash. Like this guy. You start seeing it like this guy's doing better. These two guys are. I have not replanted this area to something different. I've got to decide what I want to do. This is sunflowers, and I am highly convinced that my cat or a rabbit or something has ate some of the babies out. If you are a gardener And even if you're not a gardener, let me teach you something. All of the companion planting that I have studied says do not put corn with tomatoes. So the reason why the zucchini side is not being replanted with corn like the squash is because of that. I really haven't decided what I want to do because everything's just struggling so hard over here. So I might just turn it into a flower patch. I really don't know what I want to do. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions of maybe something I can put over here, hit me up with that so that I can go ahead and take care of that. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you tune into next week, and I really enjoy sharing my garden with you guys every week. Thank you.